Really? Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did he really do that?
Ooh.
He did.
What happened? What
What
happened?
the
Sniper,
yo?
man.
What the
Bruh.
was
Shot
that? What the?
What happened?
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Blizo, Brasko, baby. To my new subs, welcome. To my OG subs, the notification squad, the 360p players, welcome back, baby. So, first of all, once again, I'm going to apologize to y'all if y'all can hear my air conditioner and my fan in the background, but it is summertime. I do live on the 3rd floor in the penthouse suite. It ain't really no damn penthouse, but that's how I like to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, so first of all, just before we get into the actual meat and potatoes, nitty gritty of this video, man, just a couple of housekeeping items. First and foremost, man, if you came over from TSG Thunderstruck Gaming, man, welcome to the channel. I know I haven't really been active over the past couple weeks. I uploaded a quick little gameplay or whatever. So I apologize for that, but we're uploading today. We're going to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 2019. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. We're going to be talking about my biggest concern. There's only one big concern that I have with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. It's one major big concern that I have, and we're going to talk about that in this video today. Now, if you're somebody who gets triggered by long videos and you do not want to watch this whole video, you can go ahead. I'm going to leave a timestamp down in the description, or you can skip to so you can hear my biggest concern and then go on about your business. But if you're a loyal subscriber, you know what I'm saying, and you come here and you watch and you listen to all my commentaries, man, this is probably going to be a little bit of a long commentary, but you know, it is what it is. I got a lot to say about the game. Now what I'm not going to do in this commentary is I'm not going to break things down piece by piece, detail by detail. There are plenty of videos out there for that. My suggestion would be to watch one of those videos, particularly somebody who actually went and played the game. I got all my information from Drifter and T Martin, watching their videos, not necessarily for their opinions, but more so just for the general information on the game, the new mechanics, how everything works, all that good stuff. And I formulated my own opinion based on what I saw, what I heard, what I read, and all that good stuff. And that's what we're going to talk about today in the video. So before we get into my biggest concern, my biggest concern with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, first of all, I gotta say I am no longer playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I'm done with that game. I have deleted it off my hard drive. I don't have any plans on downloading it ever again, playing that game ever again, unless somebody pays me a substantial amount of money. I just can't deal with it. It is not the worst Call of Duty game that I've ever played before, but it is by far the most frustrating Call of Duty game I've ever played, and it is next to my least favorite Call of Duty. Y'all all know my least favorite Call of Duty game is Infinite Warfare, and then Black Ops 4 comes in a close second. So but I'm done with that game. So you know, the gameplay that you're looking at right now and that you may be looking at in the upcoming future on this channel of Black Ops 4 is old gameplay that I've recorded, and it's just been on my hard drive. The other housekeeping item that I would like to address in this video is some of y'all have already seen because you follow me on Twitter, and if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter. If you have one, the link to my Twitter is in the description. I'm very active on Twitter, probably more active on Twitter than any other social media platform, so make sure y'all follow me on Twitter if you're not already following. If you made it this far in the video, I need y'all to do me a huge favor. I mean, this is big. Me and the boys have started a community channel. I told y'all we had something big planned and a surprise for y'all. That's what it is. It is a community channel, community gaming channel. It's going to be all things gaming. We're going to throw a little bit of comic book lore and talk and MCU and DCEU stuff in there, but it's going to primarily be gaming. There's going to be streaming, podcasts, gameplay, commentaries, you name it, collabs. Everything's going to be on that channel, and when that channel grows, we will be featuring other channels on that channel who are looking to grow and expand their subscriber base on their channel. So it's a really big project we've been working on secretly, man, and finally everything is getting, the wheels have gotten into motion. As of right now, we already have 10 subscribers on the channel, which is phenomenal, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But please, man, hit the link in the description, Gauntlet Gaming, subscribe to the channel. Content will be coming soon from all 5 of us. So please, 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 please do me a huge favor. And once you subscribe to the channel, make sure you come back and leave a comment on this video, hashtag Gauntlet Gaming, so I know that you subscribe and you are OG sub and you there from day one. Now we got all that out of the way, I'm not gonna delay y'all any further. My biggest concern with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 is not the game, it's not the lack of mini-map, it's not connection, it's not maps, it's not gun balancing, it's not the new gunsmith or gun bench system, it's none of that. My biggest concern with this game is the community. My biggest concern is the Call of Duty community and how we, I'm a part of the community too, how we are going to react to all the changes that have been implemented into Call of Duty this year. How are we going to react and play the game? We've already seen one major reaction from the community. It came in the form of a boycott because of the lack of mini-map. People are very upset that there's no mini-map in this game unless you get a UAV or you have your personal radar, which is a score streak. There's a lot of people who are upset about the mini-map thing. And just to touch on that real quick before I get into my concerns with the community, I play lots of other shooter games that don't have mini maps. Some of them just have radars, some of them just have compasses, and they play fine. I mean, they play fine, they're good games. You have to play a little bit differently. You can't play as fast and you can't really predict where enemies are going to be at without a mini map. But with a radar and with the compass, I mean, they play fine. So I'm one of the rare people that was like, hey, I want to at least try the game and play it without the mini map and see how I feel before I straight up say that I want or don't want a mini map. But a lot of people are upset about it. So it's looking like, according to some of the last tweets I saw, it's looking like the devs are going to be paying attention and doing some type of analysis on the community's overall feedback about the mini map, and we probably will end up getting some form of mini map because enough people have complained about it, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a good thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That kind of brings me to my point with the community. Let's just assume for a minute that they don't put a mini map in the game and they just go with the game as is, the build as is. It's like, no, we're not putting a mini map in the game. That is going to completely change the way that people play this game. It's going to be a lot of camping and conservative and passive gameplay. People are going to be scared to come out of the spawns. These maps in this game have gone back to more of a power position, campy type maps with a lot of buildings and windows and stuff like that. And those areas, those places on the maps are going to really be utilized more if there's no mini map than they are if there is, because people are not going to want to run out and actually get into a gunfight because they don't have a mini map. They don't know where the enemies are going to be coming from. They don't know where their teammates are going to be at. So people are going to change the way they play the game. Another thing that concerns me with the community is we are into 12 years of Call of Duty being a competitive, PvP online multiplayer game. If you go back to Call of Duty 4, I mean, Call of Duty games before that, there were a few, there were quite a few, but COD didn't really blow up until 2007 when the original Modern Warfare COD 4 was released, and that was 12 years ago. And there have been so many different generations of players who have since came and gone from the Call of Duty community since then. You had, when we first started playing Call of Duty back in 2007, people were just playing. We were just playing the game. We played it for what it was. We enjoyed it in all its glory and brokenness, and we just played the game. And as the game has evolved and progressed over the years, you now have different types of players just based on generational gaps and just all kinds of stuff. I mean, you have the generation, the worm squirm generation, I call them. You know, the people who just literally will camp and hold down one area of a map or one room or one corner. You have the phase and optic generation who want to get quick scope feeds for their Instagrams and their Twitters and their YouTubes, and they want to be phase and optic members, and they send their videos in the phase and optic every time they get a little collat or some shit like that. You have rushers and jetpackers that became popular during the Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3 Infinite Warfare era, where the game speed significantly picked up. So you have all these different types of players now, and now they're all going to get thrown into this modern shooter with no advanced mechanics, no wall running, no boost jumping, none of that, no sliding around. I mean, there is a power slide, but it's significantly slower than it is on these futuristic games. So now it's going to be interesting to see how everyone plays the game. I mean, the last boots on the ground modern shooter we had was Ghost. The community hated Ghost for a number of reasons, but one of the biggest things that irked me with Ghost was the way people played it, because the maps were so big, because the gameplay was so slow. You had a lot of thermal scopes, camping in corners with sniper rifles and LMGs and not moving, laying in bushes and just taking people out as they walk by. And you know that I'm concerned with that, because I'm afraid people are going to revert back to that kind of gameplay in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And then of course the last thing with the community that concerns me is because they are implementing so many changes into this game. My biggest concern is that we as a community are not appreciative of some of the good, awesome new features that they're putting in the game, and we're focusing on all the bad stuff, the no mini map and the bigger maps, and you're taking away my pick 10 system and stuff like that. But look at everything that we're getting with this game. No season pass and none of that old school DLC stuff where it splits up the community. We're getting one game. There's no remaster that's going to come out and split the community. Getting several maps on launch, several weapons. The new weapon system with the gun bench or the gunsmith or whatever it's called, that is awesome to have that many attachments and that many customization options for your weapon. Like, that's some Battlefield type stuff right there, and it's gonna add a whole new element to the game. They're putting new game modes, and you got 10v10 and 20v20, and you know, some of the players who went out and played the game early said they didn't like those bigger game modes. So there may be some changes to them, but my biggest thing with that is, you know, I have a lot of friends on PSN that play Call of Duty and on Xbox, and we'll get to crossplay in a minute, but I have a lot of friends on PSN that play, and now we'll all be able to play together in these modes with all these bigger maps and these bigger teams and stuff like that, instead of being limited to 6 people. And then also crossplay. That brings me to the next thing. Crossplay is big. It's going to be huge, because I got a lot of friends who play Xbox who refuse to switch over to PSN, and I refuse to switch over to Xbox. Now we can all play together. That's awesome. Then they're going to have cross save. If you want to save your progress on PSN and cross it over to Xbox, to your other console, or if you get a new console, you can do that. There's so many features that they've added in this game, things we've been asking for years, and we're finally getting them. The biggest one being a modern shooter with no jetpacks and crazy shit like that, and yet people are finding and picking out little things to be upset about. And it just concerns me, because the developers at this point have to feel like there's just no way to please the COD community, and they may get to a point where they just don't support the game anymore. And that's big. Having that support after the game launches is big, because too often lately they put out Call of Duty games and they just don't support them. Black Ops 4 is a prime example. That game had the worst support out of every Call of Duty game that I think I've ever played. Anyway, that's my biggest concern. Let me know down in the comment section what your concerns are with the game. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings. Are you gonna buy the game? Are you done with Call of Duty as a franchise, and have you moved on? Are you just kind of waiting for a beta or waiting to see? Like, let me know down in the comments. Make sure y'all like this video, share this motherfucker, head over to Gauntlet Gaming, hit that subscribe and notification bell button, man. New content will be coming soon to that channel. And as always, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. And we out this motherfucker. Peace.